When you open the Quran, you find that it is not only a book of worship and laws, but also a book of history, reflection, and timeless wisdom. One of the most fascinating chapters that takes us on a journey through the rise and fall of nations is Surah Al-A'raf, the 7th chapter of the Quran. The word Al-A'raf means the heights. It refers to a unique place described in the afterlife, where certain people stand between heaven and hell. But beyond this powerful image, the surah is filled with narratives of prophets, their peoples, and the lessons we can learn from their successes and failures. This chapter, revealed in Makkah, addresses some of the biggest questions of life. Why do some nations prosper while others collapse? Why do some hearts accept guidance while others turn away? And how should we, as individuals and communities, respond to the truth when it comes to us? Surah Al-A'raf is one of the longest Makkan surahs, with 206 verses. It is structured like a grand tapestry of history. Within it, you find the stories of Adam and Iblis, of Noah, of Hud and his people, of Salih, of Lot, of Shu'aib, and the long, detailed account of Moses and Pharaoh. Each story is not told just for information. The Quran is not a history textbook. Instead, each story carries a message, patterns that repeat through human history. When a nation accepts the truth, they thrive. When they reject it, ignore it, or become arrogant, they decline. The surah begins with the creation of Adam and the command for angels to bow to him. All obeyed except Iblis, who refused out of arrogance. This story sets the stage for the central theme of the surah. Arrogance leads to downfall, while humility leads to guidance. Iblis vowed to mislead humanity, while God promised that those who follow his guidance will never be lost. This tension between guidance and misguidance, humility and arrogance, runs through the rest of the chapter. One after another, Surah Al-A'raf recounts the prophets sent to different communities. Noah called his people for centuries, but they mocked him until the flood swept them away. Hud warned the people of Ad, a mighty civilization, but they turned arrogant and were destroyed by a furious wind. Salih came to the people of Thamud, who demanded miracles but then killed the she-camel sent as a sign, and they were destroyed. Lot warned his people against corruption, but they refused, and their cities were overturned. Shu'aib was sent to Midian, a people who cheated in business. They ignored him, and punishment came upon them. Each story has the same rhythm. A prophet is sent, the people are given clear signs, some believe, most reject, and then the outcome arrives. These are not just ancient tales. They are reminders that history repeats itself whenever arrogance and injustice take over. The largest part of Surah Al-A'raf is devoted to Moses and Pharaoh. This makes sense because the story of Moses reflects the struggle between tyranny and truth, oppression and liberation. Pharaoh ruled with arrogance, enslaving the Israelites and denying the signs of God. Moses came with miracles, the staff turning into a serpent, the hand glowing, the plagues that struck Egypt. Yet Pharaoh's pride blinded him. In the end, Pharaoh and his army were drowned, while Moses led his people to freedom. But even then, the Israelites faced challenges, worshiping the golden calf, disobeying commands, and struggling with faith. The lesson is clear. Salvation is not automatic. Even a community that witnesses miracles must hold on to guidance, or else they fall into error. The surah takes its name from a powerful scene on the Day of Judgment. Between paradise and hell, there will be a group of people standing on a high wall, the Araf. They will recognize people in both groups. They will call out to the people of paradise with greetings of peace, but they will also speak to the people of hell with warnings. This scene shows the reality of accountability. It reminds us that our choices matter. Some will enter heaven, some will enter hell, and some will stand in between until God judges them. Today, what makes Surah Al-A'raf so relevant is that it is not only about past nations, it is about us. Like the people of Noah, do we ignore warnings because we think we are too advanced? Like the people of Ad and Thamud, do we let power and technology make us arrogant? Like the people of Lot, do we normalize corruption and lose our moral compass? Like Pharaoh, do we abuse power and deny the truth when it challenges our authority? These are not just questions for governments or nations. They are personal questions. How do I respond to truth? With humility or with arrogance? One verse in this surah captures its spirit beautifully. Indeed, we have brought them a book which we have detailed with knowledge as guidance and mercy for people who believe. 7:52. The Quran is not random stories. It is detailed, full of wisdom, meant as guidance and mercy. But to benefit from it, we must approach it with belief and openness. Surah Al-A'raf is a journey through the stories of nations, through the struggles of prophets, through the choices of humanity. It shows us that history is not just in the past. The patterns of rise and fall, guidance and misguidance, humility and arrogance, these patterns are alive today. It challenges us to look at our own lives and societies. Are we walking the path of arrogance or the path of humility? Are we repeating the mistakes of past nations or learning from them? In the end, Surah Al-A'raf is not just about the heights of the afterlife. It is about the heights of human responsibility. If we hold on to guidance, we rise. If we turn away, we fall. So, the next time you open the Quran, let Surah Al-A'raf take you on this journey. And remember, the stories of nations are not only their stories, they are also ours.